Welcome to Port Royal, a treasure chest of exciting history, archaeology, and unique environmental features. My job as Managing Director of the Port Royal Development Company Limited is to ensure that this project is developed to present a heritage site as well as a cruise ship port of call to all visitors. We welcome you and look forward to your enjoying the rest of this video.
Experience for the heart, mind, and spirit. Port Royal. Rich in tradition and history, Port Royal is a testament to the multicultural community that built this amazing maritime center of world trade and commerce over 400 years ago. The character of this exotic place was molded by the lives of many diverse peoples. Native Tainos were overrun by the Spanish, who in turn were expelled by the English. The tombstone of Louis Galdi, a Frenchman, rests in the courtyard of St. Peter's Church. Thousands of Africans who survived the horrific Middle Passage found that their agonies in bondage had only just begun upon arrival in Port Royal, a major slave trade port. Here there was freedom for others. At a time of religious persecution in Europe, Port Royal exhibited a unique tolerance of many faiths. Quakers, Anglicans, Presbyterians, and Roman Catholics worshipped in their meeting houses and churches, as did the Jews in their synagogue. Today's quiet, unassuming fishing village of some 1,200 persons was heralded in the late 1600s as the richest and wickedest city in the world, headquarters to Sir Henry Morgan, whose plundering of Panama yielded 750,000 pieces of eight. He and other notorious pirates, Blackbeard and the infamous female buccaneers Anne Bonny and Mary Read, all sailed under the ruthless pirate code, no prey, no pay. This hub of the English-speaking New World had a selection of goods which was said to be rivaled only by London. A 1682 account called Port Royal the treasury of the West Indies. Popular fashions of the day often originated on this tiny Caribbean peninsula, thanks to the riches of the slave trade and pirate gold. Human cargo, black ivory, was perhaps the most significant merchandise traded, as dealers from throughout the Western Hemisphere purchased slaves destined for cruel servitude in plantation fields. The center of life for Port Royal's rowdy inhabitants was its more than 30 taverns. A buccaneer historian writes of the wild brethren, "Such of these pirates are found who will spend 2,000 or 3,000 pieces of eight in one night, leaving themselves without a good shirt to wear in the morning." This decadence and debauchery reigned until the fateful day of June 7, 1692, when what many called divine justice struck. A devastating earthquake and 3 tidal waves took 2/3 of the town and its doomed souls to the bottom of the sea. The Frenchman Louis Galdi was swallowed by the earth and then miraculously spat back to life in the sea. An estimated 2,000 persons were less fortunate, drowning, suffocating, or bleeding to death. Horrifically, others, partially buried, were eaten alive by the town's dogs. It is said that with a little imagination, you can hear the church bells sunken below the waves, tolling mournfully with the tide. In the 18th century, Port Royal rose again like a phoenix as a significant British naval base, complete with Admiralty headquarters and naval hospital. The legendary Admiral Lord Nelson took his watch in Fort Charles at the tender age of 20. This great naval hero is immortalized by a small plaque mounted in the fort. "In this place dwelt Horatio Nelson. You who tread his footprints, remember his glory." Today, the close-knit residents enjoy stress-free, small-town life, as many pursue livelihoods in fishing, food services, crafts, and tourism. Fish tea daily, along with the fresh sea air, are lifestyle tonics that the many elderly townspeople claim are their secrets for long life. Children's laughter rings in the old walled streets, where football is the favorite recreation. Port Royal's geographical positioning on the world's 7th largest natural harbor offers the ecological wonders of regenerating mangroves, nature's nursery for fish, a protected bird sanctuary, and a semi-arid zone complete with cacti. Within sight of the town is everyone's picture of paradise but a short boat ride away, on the coral reefs or white sandy beaches of offshore keys. The vision for the Port Royal Heritage Tourism Project is uniquely inspired to develop all that this special place offers into the most exciting eco-heritage tourism destination and cruise ship port of call in the Caribbean, to showcase to the world this exceptional location whose rich, authentic past is coupled with breathtaking natural beauty. Port Royal resurrected as living history, with interactive recreation and entertainment for guests enhanced by the technologies of the new century. The Old World Trading Center, brought to life through period architecture, musicians, street performers, artisans and vendors, with cobblestone streets to stroll and shop, for high-end reproductions of period items or quality handcraft and merchandise. The making of pewter and silver wares and leathercraft are some of the traditional skills that will be showcased, with completed items available for purchase. Adventure seekers can risk back alleys and lanes for a chance pirate encounter. Pace Nelson's quarterdeck, scanning the horizon for intruding forces. Marvel at a museum exhibition containing a wealth of artifacts recovered from Port Royal's archaeological excavations over the ages. Travelers will be excited and moved by discovery of new experiences, as well as the stories of the lives of heroes, villains, and everyday people of long ago. Individuals such as Cuba Cornwallis, the much-loved black proprietress of a lodging house, who doubled as a healer, nursing naval officers and even royalty back to health. Visitors will be able to dig at Lime Street, an archaeological treasure crushed by the earthquake's destruction. Bricks peeking up in the roadway attest to the potential of an on-site excavation. The Naval Hospital alone is an architectural treasure. Completed in 1819, it is one of the earliest buildings to be constructed of prefabricated cast iron sections. Its strong design has allowed it to withstand both earthquake and hurricane. Looking at medical instruments of the time, it is fascinating to imagine yellow fever victims and their treatments of long ago. Guided tours will carry explorers to study the rich flora and fauna of the waterways, while a state-of-the-art multimedia earthquake experience will recreate for participants the horror and terror of the 1692 earthquake. Others might simply choose to observe the local fishermen hauling their catch, or enjoy the seafront promenade with a toast at sunset. At night, holographic ghostly pictures of the city in 1692 before its demise will be projected over the water, where lights will illuminate the township's final resting place, as the sunken city comes alive once more. The vacationer will also have ample opportunity to eat, drink, and be merry. Yummy traditional snacks like tropical fruits, bus major, plantain tarts, other confections, pastries, ackee and chicken patties are some of the intriguing treats to be offered by street vendors. Diners will have a variety of culinary choices, proper English teas, hearty, meaty 17th century tavern fare, as well as delicious Caribbean meals. Bammy, stamp and go, fish fritters, rice and peas, corn pone, all make excellent appetizers for Port Royal's famous seafood. Ginger beer, fruit punches, Irish moss, or rum drinks like Walk the Plank and Rough Seas will wash it all down. At the helm of this unique heritage tourism project is the Port Royal Development Company Limited, which has taken a fresh, holistic approach to this project. An eminently qualified board of directors is guiding the mission to create a model, sustainable heritage tourism destination that will preserve the rich history, culture, and natural environment of this unique community. Currently, there are 51 shareholders, with the Government of Jamaica holding the majority. Key government agencies, the Urban Development Corporation, the Jamaica National Heritage Trust, the Institute of Jamaica, the National Library, the Jamaica Tourist Board, and the Natural Resources Conservation Authority are significant participants in the project. Partnerships are being strengthened with other important stakeholders: the Jamaican public, cruise lines, the private sector, international agencies, and the Port Royal community itself. In fact, residents of the town participate in each phase of the planning. Their request led to the creation of a community learning center, which will prepare students and residents for future business and employment opportunities. A varied curriculum includes computer and environmental science, the performing, visual, culinary and media arts, early childhood education, and much more. To ensure that justice is served to the historical integrity of the site, an interpretive master plan was commissioned to guide successful and sustainable development, bringing together all the heritage and natural history resources and weaving them in with the life of the Port Royal community to ensure economic viability. A great deal of time and effort from the best local and international consultants has produced a great deal of expert research and development planning. The plan allows for a seamless retail experience throughout the site, historic and modern upper-end hotels, specialty attractions, shopping, restaurants, and other visitor amenities. Under the Port Royal Development Company's leadership, the protection, preservation, and conservation of the natural, human, and historic environment has been ensured through environmental and sociological economic impact assessment, sonar and ground surveys, and community development programs. The area has been declared an environmentally protected area, and the company has instigated the formation of the Port Royal Environmental Management Trust, a community-based environmental non-governmental organization. The Port Royal Heritage Tourism Project uses as a core strategy the very latest technology for aspects of product delivery, marketing, communications, and security. The development will have a central computerized electronic communications center in addition to a highly trained tour guide and security team. Physically, Port Royal is ideal for control and management. Located at the end of a peninsula, it is easy to secure and has a long tradition of safety. The protected area status, as well as being a designated tourism area, will provide the required legal and management control. Police, fire department, Coast Guard, and health facilities will all provide modern safety and security services. Prestigious foreign dignitaries have shown strong interest in the Port Royal Heritage Tourism Development. Through the skillful administration of the Port Royal Development Company, benefits will be more than economic. Port Royal's Renaissance will provide a gateway to exploration of the many other special attractions in the Kingston, Spanish Town, and Blue Mountain environs. Preservation of this rich heritage site for future generations will promote the international image of Jamaica, as Port Royal shares its fascinating, multiracial, authentic history. Jamaicans will not only gain increased prosperity, but also enhanced national pride. With the revitalization of this treasured site, visitors will be awed by its notoriety and intrigue, embraced in the warmth of its sunny Jamaican welcome.